Well, they spray, but that angle though. Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? We're out here doing a little more trucking mechanicking. I got some parts from the parts. We got some stuff I'm doing to the truck. We're finishing up. Like here, if y'all seen the windshield wiper fix video, I got the wipers and everything working again, but I still don't have my squirt water on the windshield system working. So I got from the auto parts store here, I got new squirt valve things. And the main thing that I have wrong there is all my piping. When I took this cowling off, all the old 26-year-old hoses in there, they're all fray and fragile and they just busted apart. Grab it and I'll show you that in a second. So that's what I got this here for. Replacement tubing going to these things, and I'm going to run it. It'll be like from the squirt valve to the squirt valve through here and up to the box where the water comes from. And I got that stuff together and we'll see how that goes. I also got some connectors in the house for vacuum hoses, and maybe those connectors will work with this pipe. So I see I got a few of them in here. They got like one little spliced together connector there, or two of them. Here's that old value pack vacuum connector assortment. Still read some of the label. See, I got one of those, so I got connectors to go in the hose, and I see the hose fits my squirt valve, so that's cool. Now I think with our hose piping, we'll start in here at the washer motor. You can see back over here, this is my tubing. See, it looks good, doesn't it? Dang it! Well, that's the original tubing. So we'll come on back to where it starts, and we'll try to get it loose and hook up the other the other tubing. We'll see how it goes. And we've also got another project with the truck involving some sealant, Lexal sealant. See, I got leaky issues in my roof back here. Over there on that side, when it rains hard, I get drips from around the back window and coming down from the ceiling. And I think it's my corners of the cab and probably, get in there, and probably the third brake light here too. What I mean by the corners of the cab are, see right here, this seal line from the roof to the side of the cab. If you can see in there, I've got a hole. See the hole? And it looks like it lets water just run in down here, run into that seam. I think that might be where some of the water comes from. See, here's the same thing on the other side. Crevice. And a hole there. And I think the rainwater comes in because I have a drip like right around this area on the inside of the cab. So I think there's water coming from here, and also water coming in up here across the seam. So we'll try to seal those up. Not be the prettiest thing, but you know it's a lot uglier than that stuff around the edges of that light. Water all in the interior, making it musty and nasty smelling. That's way uglier than that caulking. Can't wait to get after the painting up here. See, hood, got a little primer, roof, not so much. We're getting there. See, all this faded color is like the original base color, and all this pinkish looking stuff you're seeing here, that's where the base is faded off are worn off from the sun and we're down to the primer. So it's definitely time to get after more primer when you can see the original primer. No goop. No goop. You coming? Whoop. Now here's where that tubing starts. So we'll pull this out of there. It'll fit inside there. Ooh, maybe. We'll pull all this slack through here. See it up there. So the next thing we'll have to do is remove this cowling and get back underneath it. You can check back to the video I did about windshield wipers to see a more in-depth how to take that cowling off. So, and since it's a lot of work to get it off and I've already recorded that once, we'll just do the snappy finger thing instead of. Ooh, I love that. That saves a lot of time. Just snap your fingers and then things happen instantly. I'm sure it saved me a lot of time ever since I started YouTube. As soon as I learned to snap your fingers and things happen, I save all kinds of time throughout my day. That's what I think I got going on. I got my my hose over there is running into that gutter way, big open spot where the water comes in. So this is my hose, and I think this is the only fitting I need to use out of my fitting assortment. So I'll have this come along, I'll cut my hose, have it hooked to here. See, our squirty nozzle kit comes with little hoses. So I'll have this fitting, little hose off of it to the nozzle in the cowling that'll be up there. It's over there right now, but it'll be up there. And then I'll just have one piece of hose, what's left over from my feed line, come from the other side of the one fitting over and curve up to my other thing. The hose will be coming in here. There'll be the one fitting, and there'll be hose run along up here to the other guy. Go ahead and install these on the cowling. They come with this little gasket here. You can see there's a notch showing you which way for the. Now we'll come on over here to the cowling and make sure we face the squirty nozzle the right way. Something like that. See, the windshield's over here. Windshield. Squirt. And then we'll reach up underneath and tighten the little cap on. The little things aren't quite big enough to cover my hole, but if you don't tell nobody, they won't know. We'll go ahead and reattach that to the box and get it set back in place. Supposed to go through, but it sure looks like a handy little spot. So we'll just put it right there. And now I'll come over here and splice in my fitting. There we go. Now we got the fitting to go this way, and we'll put on the tube that way. Now we got on the tube that way. So much hose, but we'll make sure we give ourselves plenty of extra and like cut it back here. Yep, right there. Now we have this much hose left over. So I was at the auto parts store earlier, and they had these things on the shelf in 4-foot lengths. And I asked the guy if they had it in any longer lengths, and he said they do behind the counter. I was at AutoZone, and he asked how many feet I wanted, and I said, probably 10 feet, because I knew 4 wouldn't be enough to go everywhere that we're going. And I guesstimated 10 feet, and it looks like we have a 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet left over. We also got a little water leakage all along the, not all along, we have a little water leakage like right around here. Like where my crack is, or at the windshield seam. So I'm going to take some of this stuff here and like fill in there all along where the water comes in. Alright, so as you can see there from that last clip, I just went ahead and sealed the whole bottom of the windshield. So I couldn't remember if the crack is where it leaked or if it was in the middle, so I thought, yeah, there's enough stuff here. You still got that many more. That many more. I thought there's enough stuff there, we'll just run along the bottom of it. It's a really big crevice I went ahead and filled in. See, I would get in a heavy rain, the water that was coming across here and hit against the windshield would go under that seam, and it would actually like blow up at you. You're driving down the road, the water would come between the windshield and the dash and kind of blow up into you. So now we'll go ahead and get back to putting that cowling on and hooking our hoses up to the sprinkly squirty guys, squirter heads. Right, Muffin? This further hose and connect it up. Well, they spray, but that angle though, turns out these things are adjustable. You can take your really little flathead screwdriver and poke it into the tip, and these things move around. See that? Up, down, sideways. So for me and my really slanted windshield, I'll go just about all the way up, more like this. So that's better. We can probably work with that. It comes up and hits here on the windshield now instead of here. And we'll also be driving down the road, so the wind will be carrying it up to the top of the windshield. More better. Now I can put all my screws back in and put the windshield wipers back on. Oh yeah. No, I love that stuff. And then just like that, now we got all the screws back in the cowling, and here and in there. The windshield wipers are back on. The chrome trim's back stuck in place. And we even instant finger snap the radio antenna back on. That's nice. Could use that sometime. So that wraps up the windshield wiper project. Now we got wipers wiping and the spray nozzles spraying. So that's always good. The trim doesn't look so silly without the bottom piece missing anymore. That looked silly. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys clicking on my videos, and y'all have a wonderful day now. Don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Have you got the bell on? I got the wipers on. Have you got the bell on?